Hey guys, I'm in New York and I just happened to find the Ghostbusters headquarters, and it reminds me that everyone keeps telling me my car looks like it could be the Ghostbusters car, the ectomobile. So what I've decided to do is build my own ectomobile. It'll be called the Ecto 1E. Let's go put some props on it. Let's do it. There's just one minor problem. The car I was planning on using is not working right now. If you saw my last video, you'll know why. But that's okay because I have a backup wagon. And yeah, it's the wrong color, but we'll make it work.
You can't park that here. Everybody can relax. I found the car. Needs some suspension work and shocks and brakes, brake pads, lining, steering box, transmission.
I'm building this for an art car parade in Lawrence, Kansas called Art Tougeau. The parade is only 1 week from now, so I really need to hurry. Unfortunately, before I can even get started, I have to deal with a tricky problem. My only key to this car has been lost for 6 months, and the original ignition module was replaced a few years ago, so getting a new key from the dealership wouldn't help. Removing the lock cylinder or even the whole ignition switch without a key is impossible, so my only course of action is to destroy the protective casing around the ignition lock cylinder, which is made from a hardened steel. The metal is too hard for standard drill bits or even cobalt drill bits, so I primarily used about a dozen 3/8 inch masonry bits which have a carbide blade, and I had to repeatedly sharpen the carbide blades with a diamond cutting disc on a Dremel tool. Eventually I was able to pry out the face of the lock cylinder, which itself is made from hardened kryptonite or something. Once that was removed, I could push down on the pin that prevented the protective casing from unscrewing, and once that was removed, I could pull out the lock cylinder and was able to finally access the ignition switch. Yes,
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
Okay, I've been collecting stuff. Got an old air compressor. This is some audio gear from a radio station. This is the shell of a Lincoln Tombstone arc welder. Got a box full of goodies in here we'll get to in a minute. So let's start digging some of this stuff out and see what I can put together. Got myself on this jagged burr. This sucks.
That's great! Actual physical contact! Can you move?
Of course, what I'm building is a version of the satellite dish found at the rear of the original ectomobile. Now I need a feed arm for it, but I had to look no further than the roof of my own house. Okay, we have this put together. I will admit that it's a little bit short in this dimension here. I wish I'd made it a little bit longer, but whatever, it is the way it is. Let's come back over here now. Let's check out some more of the goodies I've been saving up here. Okay, like I said, here's bunch of cool stuff from the radio station I work at, and we'll get to that later on. Okay, now let's grab this shell of a Lincoln Tombstone stick welder that a coworker gave me. Then we're also gonna grab this, which I bought new. This is a windshield wiper motor. So you might be thinking what I'm thinking. Didn't seem much faster, did it? Let's see what else we got now. Everything is in this box, I believe, or piled on top. Okay, these lights are perfect. I just have to make them blue. I got a yellow one here. Propeller. I'm not sure what to do with that. Oh, these are nice. Obviously, these are for an old Honda or some sort of Japanese motorcycle. And then this. I have some turn signal stuff that I did not use on a motorcycle build. Yeah. A little baby turn signal light. All right, I got what I need for some flashing lights on this thing. And here's the flashing unit. The winker. And then these old school turn signals, these are actually working. But I tested every other light in there in this box and they were not working, or at least they were not working with 12 volts DC. I remember now why I didn't use these on the motorcycle. These have got to be the dimmest brights ever. For comparison, here's a 50 or 60-year-old incandescent bulb. Okay, I need some sort of way to connect this to the roof. And since I'm in a hurry, I'm going to go really bare bones. And of course, if the diagonals are the same, then it's square. Alright, that'll do the job of just holding some of this stuff. This could go right here. Okay, let's start putting some of the pieces together. This can go right here. So in the end, it could be something like this. Now I'll start welding on ways to mount these pieces. The cool thing about a MIG welder is you can just use it like a hot glue gun, which is what I'm doing here. And just having fun. Let's see what else I can find here in my little shop. Scrap bits here. So there's a pretty big horn that is also very old. This is from the 1962 Comet. I think I'll use that. This does definitely look like something off the Ghostbusters car, but just the front of it. This looks like something I can use. So let's take this, and this, and maybe this. Here's a headlight. Take a few of these things and try and scrap them all together. See what we can do. Okay, I'm making what's going to be called the sniffer now. So starting with an electrical junction box. I did have to pick this up from the store. This is that. I believe this is for a generator. Not an alternator, but a generator. So obviously, you know, these can go into these holes. And then of course on the front here will be some tubes, some pipes. There you go, you have the sniffer. And I think in the movie, you know, this would wobble back and forth trying to find a ghost. Okay, I might not have thought this all the way through. Yeah, that's what I thought was gonna happen. Check this out. For the little canisters here that I picked up on eBay, I'm going to use these things here. Okay. And there's that. It takes care of that. Ghost storage. This is the ghost storage. Okay, we've jumped ahead a little bit. Got the horn mounted. A little bit of paint on the sniffers here. Next, I'm going to show you my favorite way to attach anything to anything using bolts. Anything that's steel, at least. And now this can be bolted on, as well as these turn signals. These can be bolted on, just like that. Yes, that's it right there, man. The ghost ain't gonna know what's hit him. Well, I just dragged it up out of the basement. This keeps happening to me. It kind of hurts this time.
I don't like this. You only have 75 more to go.
Okay, all finished wiring. I did have to use a relay here with the flasher unit so that I can get these to blink like they're alternating. Put it back on the ground. I'll try not to cut my hand again. Let's see if this all works. Awesome, it's working perfectly. Let's go all the way to the back. And then... No ectomobile would be complete without tail fins. First, I made a template, and I just eyeballed it while looking at a photo of the 1959 Cadillac Hearst ectomobile, and then I transferred that shape to some 18-gauge steel that I had in stock. need are these lenses, but I had to modify them to fit this taillight housing. But if I remember correctly, they came with some clear ones for backup lights. Okay, here's the moment I think everybody's been waiting for. There it is. Okay, let's start putting some of this stuff on the car. Alright, it's starting to come together, finally. Okay, there's one last major hurdle left, and that is mounting tail fins that I made last night. I am going to try and avoid screwing them directly into the body. Instead, I'm going to try and use magnets. Show you what I got. I'm going to use the magnets for these magnetic zip tie mounts. You can pop off the part that the cable tie would zip into, and now you just have basically a magnetic washer. Okay, the magnets did not work, so... Okay, this is an art car, and sometimes creating art requires a little bit of sacrifice. This last trick of mine too. Oh, that's the perfect amount. Wow, got lucky. Final pieces of the puzzle now, and then it's time to pick up my son from daycare, and he's going to be very surprised. Okay, there it is. It is complete. And not a second to spare, because I have to go pick up my son now from daycare. surprise him with this, head to the street party with all the other art cars. Then tomorrow will be the parade.
That's the Ghostbusters car.
What is it? What is that?
It's the Ghostbusters car.
Should I go inside?
Yeah, no.
Ready to go home? Tomorrow's the parade. Okay, it's the day of the parade, and we made it, and I think I pulled it off. It's looking awesome. The few final touches I added this morning. And the parade's getting ready to start. Let's do it.
3, 2, 1. Let me get some closer ones as well. There we go.
You did a great job. I heard that everything went fantastic out on Mass Street. Had a lot of people watch it. It was fantastic. Give us about 5 minutes. We'll get into the award ceremony.
This was a ton of fun. This wasn't the original car I wanted to use, but I'm super glad I did it anyways, and I think some core memories were made, if not by my 3-year-old son, then for me. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to This Old Jalopy because I have another video coming out very soon, and then later this month I have to get the EVO Speedwagon working and running in time for the State of Charge event. And they've even invited me to give a presentation on the De Dion rear axle that I built for the car. I'm very excited for that, so this is going to be a big summer for this channel, and I can't wait to share it with you all. Peace out, everyone.